Okay, so the mandrel is in there right now, and the taper on it means that it's basically right underneath of this dent at the leading edge. Now, there's 100 different ways you can do this. You can get a hydraulic dent razor, you can get one of those two-piece dent razors, you can make one. This method is, it's old school and it's time consuming, but I don't mind doing it this way. So with that underneath that dent right now, we're going to work the dent back out by starting at the leading edges of the dent. We don't want to strike into the dent any farther. We want to strike the leading edges of it as the mandrel is underneath of it and getting pushed farther in order to raise the center of the dent. And essentially, this is just like in body work, where in order to pop the dent back out, you got to work the outer edges and boop, just like that. So the key with this is control. When you go to tap this out, you want full control over what you're doing, and that's why I use something like this. This is just a polished slug of brass. You can get a polished brass hammer, whatever you prefer, but I get way more control doing it this way than I would over using a small hammer. So, give this okay. Now as this progresses, you'll push the mandrel farther in and you'll continue knocking the dent out. So tap it back just a little bit. Yeah, it's already getting looser in there. And then we'll reseat it and do it all over again. Okay, so now the mandrel slides nice and easily between both of these barrels. This barrel, it turned out, had a huge dent that was tapped out of it prior, and basically this one was just reworking somebody else's attempt. And after all the dents have been like tapped out or whatever, this would be the point where you would actually re-hone the bores or repolish the bores. This gun is not really that collectible, and it's not really worth the time, the effort, or the honing. So we're just going to skip that step. I am going to reinstall the front sight. The bead itself turns out it was just screwed on there, so I'm going to put a little dab of Loctite in there. Just hold it in the spot. So now the bores are good. The face measurement is good. We know that the ribs are still soldered on. The chamber is 2 9/16. Here are some all brass 2.5 inch 16 gauge. So now it's time to load up some ammo and get this thing out to the range.